What's up, health, the whole individual students? I'm going to be going over the unit summary and the objectives for the unit and lesson 1 today for you. Now, you don't have to watch these videos that I make. You can, or you could just skip over them and continue on with the lessons in the unit. I'm probably only going to open 1 unit per week, so I think in Unit 1, there are 6 lessons, I believe. If you want to do those 6 lessons all in one day, then go for it. But then I'll open Unit 2 and all those lessons the following week. I'll be posting a video for every single lesson. And again, you can watch them or you don't have to. I don't know, it's up to you. If you want some entertainment, I'd probably watch them. So anyways, Unit 1, the world of health sciences. So throughout this unit, the objectives will be to 1, discuss the history of health sciences, 2, explain the different areas of the healthcare system, 3, examine different types of healthcare sites, 4, consider different payment options in the healthcare system, and 5, discuss some of the trends affecting the health sciences. Now, if you were to click on Unit 1, Lesson 1, you would get this exact same slide under the objectives. This is the student view, and I'll just be clicking through them and going along with them. Unit 1, Lesson 1, laying the foundations. As you can read in the introduction here, imagine for a moment that you need to have surgery. What would this experience be like for you? For many people today, surgery is used to correct an illness or health issues, and it involves going to the hospital and having trained surgeons and other health professionals. That's not how it always worked in the past. As we continue this lesson, we'll learn a little bit about trepanation and how that laid foundations into what we know as surgeries and health issues and illnesses and how to treat them nowadays. So as I mentioned, we'll be going over a process that was used way back, I don't know, and as far back as 7000 BCE. It was called trepanation. It involved drilling a hole in the skull at different points to release intracranial pressure. As you go on reading this little page here, it could be found back in cave paintings. It was thought that trepanation would be a cure for people that were suffering from migraines, epilepsy, any type of mental disorders, and if they suffered a head injury and they needed that release of pressure in the skull. So that's one of the earliest forms of surgery that we can identify. So if we were to think about how our surgeries were done today with the use of anesthesia and other medicines to help prevent, let's say, any type of bacterial infections or pain. You know, back then they just drill in a hole. They're not, I mean, maybe rub some herbs on it, I don't know. But although these are totally way different types of practices, they still have the similarities. That and being they're all surgeries today versus this type of surgery were experimental. Okay, so in order to find out what works, you have to doctors had to perform these tasks to see if it actually did work and if it was a reasonable treatment for medical problems that it was being used for. Makes sense, right? It's possible that trepanation, going back to trepanation, the drilling the hole in the head, was observed by somebody that this released pressure on the brain after injuries. And so they were like, great, we have this new scientific evidence that this works for people with headaches, migraines, brain swelling. And like I said, it all is experimental, even with the surgeries that we perform today. Doctors are experimenting daily to see what works and what will help an individual. So this health class involves basically health science. So an application of various sciences to health. These involve not only the scientific study of various aspects of disease and health, but also the application of this information to treatment and cure of diseases and health issues. Before we get to application, treatments, and cures, we'll explore basic foundations of these fields and how they impact our lives. So, you know, not your typical health class, not a typical health class that I've taught before, but we're gonna be learning along the way. So, you know, bear with me. If you have any questions at all, hit me up on the PLP messages. Make sure you acknowledge the messages after I send you one, or email me. If you're still having difficulties with the emails, hit me up in PLP and I'll help try to guide you. You can call me anytime, Monday through Thursday during the school days. Okay, if you're trying to call at 6 p.m., we're not here. That number is 402-6100 extension 4002, or if you just call the high school and ask for Miss Belvedo, they'll direct you to my classroom. Other than that, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like I said, it's all a learning process for all of us, and we're just gonna have some fun with it the best that we can.